Good morning, everybody. How the heck are we doing? Happy Monday morning to everybody. September 15th, 2025. Glad everybody's here. Appreciate it. Welcome to the new time. For those that might be watching this video a little bit later, we did start at a new time. Our new start time is 8:30 Eastern. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Appreciate it. Mike, Tex, Thomas, Daryl, Roger, Julie. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Sharon, Gold, Sunny, thanks for being here. Everybody here. Okay. Hey, so last week I recommended to myself to buy some TSLL. And I also recommended to myself to close TSL here on Friday for about 53% profit. I guess I should have kept it. Look at that thing go. Dog, man. Looking good there. Let's take a look at Tesla here. For those that don't know, TSLL is a single stock ETF for Tesla. So if you can't afford $427 right now, take a look at TSLL. I trade it all the time in the Road to Wealth account, the smaller account. And if you take a look at that Tesla there, that thing is rocking. Let's look at the weekly here. Look at the upside potential, 480. And that gets us to the breakout point and then higher. Rock on Tesla. You go, Elon. Whatever you're doing, you keep doing it. You're the man right there. Let's go back to the daily chart here. Back to the daily. There we go. Let's take a look at the market. So I think the big news today, I think the big news is for the week is going to be Wednesday when we hear from Mr. Powell. And are we, in fact, going to get a 0.25% rate cut, which I think, from what it sounds like on the street, that's pretty much guaranteed. Or are we going to get half a cut, quarter cut, or half a cut? That's the big thing. And then, you read one article that's going to be great for the market. The market's going to scoot higher. Everyone's going to be happy. You read another article and a half point cut might be hinting at something's wrong, and that could make the market go down. Oh my God, drama everywhere. Welcome to trading. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Trade the charts. If you're nervous about what might happen Wednesday, cash is a position. In fact, Friday, I mentioned to everybody, all the members in the trading room, and I'll say it right now, there is no way in heaven's name I'm going to be in any positions in the Road to Wealth account on Wednesday. Zero, nada, no. There's a chance I even close everything out today, but I will be closed out Tuesday, guaranteed, because I don't want the risk. Now, I've talked to a couple of people this weekend over that. They asked me, said, well, why don't you buy, some VIX or something like this? Because I'm all long. I said, well, that's not what I do. That's not part of my trade plan. It is simply not me. And that's what you have to be. You have to be, your trader. And the Road to Wealth account, it's possible today I double it. And we'll talk about that because I started this account, the TastyTrade account, in January. Okay. That means that I've doubled the account in 8 months. I did a little, forgot what I have done and everything, and I went back and checked it out. So I don't want to risk that. I want that to happen. I don't care if the market goes up. I don't care if the positions I'm in go higher. I'm not going to put that to risk. So anyway, there's my plan right there, right out there in front of everybody. So let's rock and roll now. Okay. With that said, follow the charts. SPY is absolutely bullish. Looks like we're headed to that next target up there. What is it? 660. Just a second. I got to make sure I got the right glasses on. Wow, I do. Holy mackerel. Next target right up there where that green line is 661.30, 660.30, yeah, area, something like that. If you take a look at IWM, I think it's doing wonderful. We're down below the recent highs, but that's a perfect chart setup. Take a look at the diamonds here. We're below the recent highs, but that's a perfect setup through nice 3/8 trap setup for those that dig the 3/8 trap type entry. The pullback, the PBO, this is rocking right now. Looks good. Did I leave one out? How about the Qs? Look at the Qs. Leading the way up. Go Qs. Man, that's nice. That shows a good bullish move, doesn't it? Hey, take a look at T2123. This is my favorite indicator. This is my only indicator. Unless you want to call moving averages and candlesticks indicators, which they are. So let's call them that. So this is one of, I don't know, 5 indicators I use. And that is still giving us a bullish reading. VXX is still pointing down, and that's great for the bulls. So rock on, bulls. I think we're doing well there. Hey, I want to thank everybody that watched our my weekend video. I put some stocks out there, talked about them, and I told you that we'd talk about a couple of today. How about IONQ? Take a look at that. Now, it's moving up. I didn't want it to move up, but it is moving up. You know, what do you do? So we wait patiently for it to set up. Wait patiently for it to set up. And what a setup is, here, I'll show you exactly what a setup is. See how we went from a low to a high and we pulled back right there? There's your setup. So the setup now would be from a low to a high, wait for the setup. And we could be looking at a sideways move, and that would be a setup as well. So IONQ, put that on the watch list. I'll be recommending that to myself here pretty quick. Yeah, I was making sure I wasn't already in it. I'll be recommending that to myself when it sets up here. The other one I have here is QS. Let's take a look at QS. Now this one I am. Yes, I am already in QS. That's setting up very nice here. And again, you know, it's the same old thing. Let's do this. We go from this low to a high. We pull back, wait for the setup. There's the setup. There's the targets. There we go. Sweet, right? Hey Sharon, you're in. Let's see, you're in IONQ. Sweet. Oh, you want to know IONQ? What's the target? Well, I mean, right now you can see it's sitting at the 57 target. See that line right there? It's sitting at that target. The next target up, let me duplicate this right here for you. Next target up is going to be right there, about 61.50. So keep an eye on that, and you know, protect profits. That's very important. Okay, protect those profits. RKLB is another one that is rocking. That's a buy right now. So if the market was to open right now, I think that's a nice buy right there. Here we can, let's just move this up right there. There's a target on that. Let's duplicate that again. And there's another target on that one. So what are we looking at here? 56.35, then up here at 59.90 for RKLB. Congratulations for anybody that has that already in it. Way to go. Yeah, way to go. ETHA is another one. This is setting up, looking pretty good. Nice little inside day here. Targets I have on this is around this 36 mark, and then around that 37 mark up there. And then the next target higher, here, let's go ahead and put that up there. There we go. Next target higher, about that 38.50, 38.40 area, okay? But that one's looking pretty good. Long as we hang in there. Price, remember, price above the T-line, T-line above the trend indicator. You've got yourself, if you're in my world at all, if you ever peek into my my window, my door, which might be a little scary for you, but if you ever peek in there, that's my world right there. Is the price, the T line, and trend indicator. Perfect trading trend for me. Let's see, I've got one more here. QUBT. That one's gapping up, and we're in this one as well. So we're getting a good gap on this. The area here, target area is about 1845. Excuse me, about 1845, followed by about 20 bucks up here. Nice, beautiful bottom on this. Great little here. Let me point this out right here. See how we rallied up and pulled back? That's what you're looking for right there. You're looking for price action to agree that, hey, all the bulls are happy. It gaps up. It's looking good. We're looking for that to continue. We'll take profits into strength. So QUBT is looking pretty good right now. Congrats for those that are in that. Way to go. Hey, good morning over there. Hey, well, welcome everybody from our live social media. Great big welcome to our members for being here. We could not be here without you. We could not be doing this without you. I could not get this account doubled without you. You guys are so helpful, and I'm so excited. Maybe today we ring the bell and get it there. I sure hope so. I do plan on being 100% cash on Tuesday. Let Mr. Powell and all the politics do their thing, and then we'll be back on the road again Thursday. Okay? So let's see what we've got here. From the social media side. Hello, Neil. Good morning. You're looking at KEG, CEG. Yeah, look at that. That's a beautiful chart. That is an excellent chart. Look at that. Here, where's my pencil out? Pencil at. Let's make it blue. There we go. Look how we've moved down here. Nice red. See the red dots? And now see we've gapped up. Here we've got green dots. I'm going to assume those dots are going to stay green until they're not green. And right now we've got a nice Fig Newton chart pattern, bullish chart, not so bullish or candles. We're holding up well. Next target I've got marked there. Looks like it's about 342. That's a good looking chart. Let's flag that. Thank you very much for sharing that. I appreciate it. Hydro, you're looking at some VIX, VXX. Well, it looks to me like it's still pointing down. It's still in a downtrend. So are you looking at it long? I don't know. Yeah, it's still pointing down, and it's going to stay down until it's no longer down. So for something long, I think I would have to see something like that. And then when I see that, I'll go after it. It's not my job. And you guys have to understand, from my personal trading, okay, I trade personally too. And I have goals, and I have, I want to increase my account like everybody else. So I really do trade, and I really do have an account. We call it the Road to Wealth account. And a couple of rules that I have is don't guess. Don't guess. And I don't believe there's a human being alive that could logically explain to me why you would be long VXX unless you're guessing. That's just a bet. That is a hardcore bet is what that is. And you're either going to win or you're going to lose. So what I want for my personal trading, I'm not here to pick bottoms. I'm not very good at it. I've been doing this 36 years, and I've met a lot of traders. Okay, I really have over the years. And I've never met a trader that has been successful at picking bottoms over the long haul. Everybody gets a lucky one every now and then. But over the long haul, it just doesn't work out. So I'll wait for this to happen. And when that happens, then that becomes a trade. When I see the bulls stepping in, then I will look at that trade. Hydro, I hope that helps a little bit, okay? So a trend is the trend. Trade the trend. Right? Trade the trend. Hello, Vernon. You're looking at some SMR. Hey, again, I want to thank everybody for being here. I really do appreciate it. I hope everybody's happy with the new time. I sure am. That earlier time was killing me. Hey, that's a nice chart. Look at that bottom there. Yeah, look at that bottom here. So let's draw a line here from the top down. Let's go up here to this high, and then let's go down to this low. And we've got what we've got ourselves is a bullish W pattern in the making. Okay. Now, once it breaks out of here, that will be officially a W pattern. But we can see that working. I'm liking this as a buy big time. Yeah, big time. So right now, I wouldn't be afraid to be a buyer here. We've just turned on the trend indicator green. Price is above the T line. T line's not yet above the trend indicator. That's okay. Price moves up. Watch that 50 period moving average. That could stop it. Could stop it permanently. It could stop it temporarily and then break through. Right now, I'm looking for a breakthrough, but you might get a little pause right in here. One thing I'm going to do, this is one of my favorite little things to do. A little favorite right here. Do that. There we go. And then there's the 50% retracement area. That would be my little sweet spot. So right now, that's what I would look for to attack. And that's about 10, 12, 10, 11% up there. And then after that, the next target that we would look at, man, this is, I'm moving slow. There we go. That would be my next target, somewhere between that, in that 45 area. Okay. Thank you. Wolf. Wolf is a fantastic looking chart. We've looked at that last week quite a bit here. It's running up to the dotted deuce. I would watch for a little consolidation and a higher move. So Wolf goes higher, in my opinion. It's a matter of your trading now. Get the right entries. Make sure that stop is set. Make sure that you take profits into strength. That's easy, right? It's easy to say. You know, for some traders, that's not so easy. Reach out. We're here to help, okay? Reach out. PDD, let's take a look. PDD. Nice bullish chart. If you're long, stay long. Looks good. I like that. I want to look at the weekly real quick on this. Yeah, look at the weekly here. Let's get rid of that line right there. And let's go from this high down. There we go. Let's go back to the daily. There you go. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw another line. And see that black dot right here? That is the starting of the 8-period moving average for the past 8 days. And I'm going to draw this just to the end of that 8-period moving average, about right there. So right to here. So here we are in this tight little wedge. You can see that we're moving up. The overall trend is up. But I think, you know, when it comes to trading, there's a couple of rules that are unbreakable. This is one of them. We must break out, right? And it doesn't mean you can't be in it. You can be, but it must break out. So I would have no problem trading that. Watch that price action, because if it does fail up here, that will be a good clue that maybe you don't want to be in it at that time, okay? So take a look at that. Thank you, Vernon, for that. Appreciate you sharing that with us very much, okay? All righty. Hey, Daryl. You is back in the ball game. Yep, you back in the ball game. I agree. Here we are. We've rallied. Favorite chart pattern. Get my pen out. There we go. And then down. PBO, pullback opportunity. Notice the overall trend, nice and green. Low, high, higher, low. Targets are already in place. Yeah, let's keep an eye on that. You know, this is one of the cool things about the trading room, and thank you everybody out there in the trading room. Appreciate it. The sharing of buys, the sharing of sells, the sharing of charts setting up. Really, really, really do thank you. And it's helpful for everybody. Okay. So really cool. You on the list again. Hey, good morning. Yes, a little bit of KRE. KRE is setting up. Nice little 338 trap here. Um, Price and T line are above the trend indicator. We're just kind of flat trading right now. We are above the cloud on the daily. That looks good. Um, yeah, that's looking really good here. Here we come off these lows, low, high, higher, low, higher, high. And then all we did was go sideways here. And I think that's working out. I think above that 65.60, take out that blue line. I think KRE could be back in that game and helping to lead this market higher. Don't you? Thank you. Hey, Sonny. APLD. Yeah, that's it. If you're long, stay long, buddy. Thanks for sharing. Next target up between that 21-22 area. Nice little J hook breakout here. Came back maybe a little deep for me, but so there we are there. Nice little continuation up. Here we've broken out. Nice chart. Way to go. Yeah, very nice chart. Already flagged. Okay. Hey, Alan, good morning. You, you might be working here. Nice gap and trap. I love those kind of setups. Gap and trap like that. I would think just needs to kind of prove itself, maybe. Oh, here we are on the. Oh, wow, wow. So here's the weekly chart. Wow. I'm going to come over here and draw from this top and go down to the bottom if I can find it. Kind of small here. Hard for me to see. That's got to be close, maybe, huh? Yeah. Back to the daily. Now let's move this down a little bit. Look at that. I have to manipulate the chart to get everything in there, but what a nice looking chart. And let's go back to that weekly. See that flat bottom here? Right there. I know that may be hard to see. Flat bottom there. Here we're breaking out over the 200 period moving average. The next target up is going to be about the 62.30 area. Ultimately, up here at $100, 110, that would be something up there. And that's what I show as the next, say the big target. That's where my sweet spot is, right up there. A lot of little targets on the way. But I think you needs to be put on that watch list. We'll keep an eye on that one. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. NEGG. Yeah, that might be setting up. Look at that nice bottom coming off the 200 period moving average here. Here, I'm going to move this over up here a little bit. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Low, high, higher, low. You're almost ready to make a higher high over that 250 period moving average, excuse me. Let's do this again. I'm going to take this high. This is very easy to do, folks. This is not difficult. There's the 50% retracement. That would be absolutely a sweet trade to there. And then we're going to duplicate that. We'll run down one. And you know what? We're going to put one more, but it's not going to be below. It's going to be above. There we go. So there's 3 nice targets right in there. It's a nice chart. Let's flag that. We're also right on the edge of breaking out of the cloud as well. Nice. Very nice. Let's see, UEC. Yeah, UEC is set up. I've already got that on the watch list here. That's looking really good. And right now, I'd be looking about that $13 range on it. Yeah, UEC is beautiful. Nice little pullback here. PBO, pullback opportunity on that. A trend will stay a trend until it's no longer a trend. You know what? I bet I say that to myself 10 times a day. A trend will stay a trend until it's no longer a trend, and trade within that trend. Man, we should bottle that up. You could bottle that up and sell it on the corner. I'm going to guess that's an L there, William. Apple would be my guess. You wrote, not an I. Apple looks bullish. Yeah, go Apple. Yeah, Apple's bullish. Cat's bullish. MNST. You pick them, William. You pick them. Share with us when you buy them. Nice. Those are all nice. Extremely nice. Market's bullish. Laser. Coming off the bottom here. That's a 32% move to the 50-period moving average. All you need is a relief rally. That's it. That's a sweet trade. We're putting in a nice bottom. It's a little mini W pattern. Low, high, low. Little mini one. And now we're breaking out. We're getting over the trend indicator here. Coming off the bottom, very oversold, popping up. Yeah, that's a nice 30% trade to that 50-period moving average. I'm all about that. Thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. Saber. That's another one. Yeah, this is that, for those that follow myself and hit run candlesticks, this is that pinball type setup right here. That other one was too. That pinball setup where we're coming off the bottom, not dead stick off the bottom, but it's lifted up and we're starting to get movement above the moving averages. You can also look at this on a 60-minute chart and maybe feel better about trading it. If you're somebody that says, well, I can't trade this until price and the T line are over the trend indicator, I get that. I like that. Move to a 60-minute chart and you can trade from there. It's same thing, just different time frame, and that might give you a little more a better view of the trade for now. And then when it does move up on the daily chart, then you can move to that daily chart if you want. Yeah, super chart here. Yeah, super chart. That looks good. And what do we got here to the 50? 26%. I mean, you got to think, how much money would you make if you pulled these charts in? Oof. That's how you grow your account. Way to go. Looking at some DOW. Yeah, DOW is about to set up for a rounded bottom breakout. Getting close to that. DOW, yeah. The one thing about this though is we do have this downtrend that needs to be dealt with. Okay, which we're right there. Yeah, we are right there. So we need to take out that downtrend. I wouldn't be putzing around with it down here. I'd wait till it broke out. Now you've got yourself a good trade area there on that DOW here. Let me see. Let me check here for a second. Okay. All right. Interesting. Let's see here. Couple trades. Let me go look. There we go. Let's take a look at ETN. Look at ETN breaking out. Now, I've been caught in this situation before many times where everybody wants to buy at the lows. Everybody does. But the reality is it doesn't work. Okay? It doesn't work. Because you do not know that this chart it was going to do all this. Looking at buying down here, there's no way to know that this was going to happen. And so it's one of those things where give it up. Why do it? And so now what happens is, okay, it gaps up. You see a possible buy, but you still missed it, right? Now it's moving up. You're still not in it. That's okay because the path is now up. be patient and wait for that little bit of a setup, that little bit of an entry. And you've got to have entry rules. If you don't have entry rules, well, call us. We'll see what we can do to help. It's not difficult to work with charts and to have a system that you're comfortable with. Okay. But anyway, I think that's a beautiful looking chart. Looks really good. Um, let's see, what else do we have here? Take a look at ZM. Look at ZM. Nice pullback here. Beautiful, beautiful, nice chart. Man, what's the market doing here? Look at the market. Hey, here we need to cut it off too. Hey, look, the market is super, super bullish, but do be careful with the whole Fed thing. And as Scout's honor, I will be 100% cash come Wednesday, possibly Tuesday. I will not hold. I'm not going to risk that road to wealth account. I'm too close to making that double in 8 months, and then I'm going to double it again. So my wife asked me, says, "Can you double it 3 times in a year?" I said, "I'll try." So, hey, you guys all take care. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. Members, we'll see you at the bottom of the hour when the market opens up. Yeah, at the bottom of the hour when the market opens up. And let's have fun today, okay? We'll see everybody later. Take care. Thank you.